What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video about half a dozen hours later, and I'll be talking about what exactly went down on the latest edition of the Blue roster of WWE. And this is where we got Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett heading into the arena, like with them. This is where then he came out, like this is where then Rey Mysterio eventually got on the microphone. This is where he started. That's where it's like, this is my city here. Like, and this is my family's right there in the bottom left side, including my daughter Aaliyah. Like, not Dirty Dominic, because Dominic is a rebellious, a disowned child, and this is where the do the impossible again, like I did 19 years ago, was it? Yeah, because he also declared himself to enter in this year's Royal Rumble, along with the likes of Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and John Cena himself. Like, and also this word Rey Mysterio didn't add during on the mic. But let's go back to 2006 when I entered the Royal Rumble, and we all know how it went. Like, I eliminated every single guy into that room. Like, I became the world champion, and after I became the world heavyweight champion, he's like, but I gotta be honest. Like, there has been some heavy competition here for the last decade. But recently we got the return of CM Punk. We got Seth Rollins that wants to be in the world title scene, and same Roman Reigns becoming the undisputed championship. Oh yeah, and CM Punk with him trying to do his best to try to main event WrestleMania, and then also the returning John Cena that's about to hang up his shorts for good at the end of the year. Well, he didn't say it that way, but he said with John Cena in his last farewell tour, and this was it was like I did that job when I became my first world champion to a friend that we all know very well, and this is where fans are chanting his name, the man that sadly passed away almost 20 years ago. Yeah, being the Latino Heat himself, Eddie Guerrero, and I was like, man, I think there was somebody that was a fan of him, but I used to wrestle in WWE at some point. But anyways, anyways, we got Kevin Owens I'm not sure if purposely or accidentally interrupted Rey Mysterio after he had that moment when he mentioned or referenced his longtime best friend in the wrestling business. And that's when the prize fighter was still holding on to the Winged Eagle Championship while on stage, got on the microphone and was like, Ray, I hate to interrupt you, he was like, and I want to start on by apologizing, that I had to interrupt you on your moment, okay? And the Rey Mysterio was like, yeah, sure, you were unintentional. That's where Kevin Owens was like, yeah, I had to came out here because of what he said. I heard you just mention, and now talk about that you're gonna be winning the Royal Rumble this year, and if so, it is where it's there's nobody in that locker room that I respect as much as I do with you, right? As a matter of fact, I'll go back to there's nobody in the industry overall that I respect as much as I do with you, right? And I was like, yeah, this is totally for real, out of character, an out of character moment. But this is where the Kevin, I've been watching. And it was and I remember watching you when you got started when I was a kid, and then but I also have to tell you, I also have my own achievements that I have been doing for the last few years, and that one of them being main eventing Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then the following year I main evented again in the first night by becoming the tag team champion with my former best friend, well, kayfabe former, but it's was and it was in this. And now I'm on hold on to this Winged Eagle Championship, a title that I grew up watching. All my heroes used to be. It has this world championship. This is the exact same championship I have dreamed of winning for over 40 years, and then not over 40, but I'll say over 30 years actually. This is where it's now I'm standing here holding on to this championship right here, right now. This is what Kevin was like. I'm coming out here, like I can truly can believe that my career is complete. That's something I unfortunately have yet to do. But the only thing I haven't done yet is step on in the ring with a one-on-one with the legendary Rey Mysterio himself. Even though Kevin Owens did team with him a couple of times, but yeah, he never have wrestled him with one-on-one. That'll be a dream match. I would not mind. And let me know in the comments below if you would like to see this in some. But they kind of teased it like if it's gonna be in the WrestleMania caliber. But unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna be happening. I can think of like 2 or 3 different reasons why. But this is what Kevin Owens is like. I can say man to man. Me honestly, I hope that you do win the Royal Rumble and then you do challenge me for this championship. And it's like. And then we can I can finally achieve my dream of main event to WrestleMania of like a dream match that I have yet to do, like even over wrestling Stone Cold Steve Austin, like that kind of match. Like yeah, like make that dream come true, Ray. And this is where Ray was like yeah, you know I'm all about challenges, Kevin. We're competition and. But with all due respect, and I mean this like with all kinds of respect, like you're not the champion right now. Like Cody's the champion. Like and I don't mean that by insulting you. Like, but let me tell you this. Like if you do beat Cody in that WWE Championship match at the ladder match Royal Rumble in the same night, I win the Royal Rumble match, I will choose you and face you in the main event WrestleMania for that WWE Championship. And Kevin Owens responded back like, what do you mean I'm not the champion? I am the champion. I took out Cody Rhodes. Like, that's why I'm holding this regular champion. Like, oh, wait, like, did you? And this is where I started accusing Rey Mysterio for being brainwashed by Cody Rhodes, and even by going far by saying that he dyed his hair blonde, like if you have any hair, considering he's wearing a mask over it. And this is where then. This is where Rey Mysterio is saying, like, calm down, Kevin. Like, what's going on here? Like, first it was Drew McIntyre, now you, Kevin. Like, he's like, yeah, you're acting like my son Dominic, but Kevin Owens did not like that because he's also a Dominic hater as well. This is where then he trying to whack him with the Winged Eagle WWE Championship, but Rey Mysterio dug out of it, hits him with the right hand, tripped him right over right to the middle corner spot, like where he had face first in. This is where then he about to hit him with the 619, but Kevin Owens went out of the ring before he even hit him with it. But that's where we finally seen this dream match, even though it didn't really seem like it. It seemed like if it's just a random Raw SmackDown. But at the same time, this and just like, oh, you still. That was, we all know that Candice LeRae was pulling on it. This was like, fine, don't worry about it. This was like, okay, I want to make sure that I do not want, it look like I have any beef with you. This is where they're like, this is where Bianca's like, okay, you're having the women's tag team championship, which I believe that was probably a clear 5 reference about the time where she dropped the titles to Mr. Laurinaitis' office from the old regime back 3 years ago almost. But this is where Naomi then said like, okay, you put your hair tied up. This is where Bianca's like, oh yeah, like I better tie this up so there won't be no accidents reoccurring. Luckily, that didn't happen again. Even though Candice LeRae, let's say, was trying to target that their ultimate weapon yet again, but we're gonna get into that as soon as we talk about what was the next matches up next, which was Nia Jax against Candice LeRae. Nia Jax and Candice LeRae versus the current women's tag team, Jamie, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. And speaking of Naomi dropping her title off to that Mr. Laurinaitis guy, that's a creep that my boy Lamia calls him. But yeah, I wonder who she was women's tag team champions with. I don't know, but I actually do know, but I'm not sure if I should mention them by name. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. But yeah, this is where we got the next match, which I'll give the blue ribbon of the night, because we got some of the other matches that were really good, like which was Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio, Bayley versus what's her name, Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton, and even the tag team match between the Motor City Machine Guns against Los Garza. which whoever wins gets to face DIY, by the way. Which I forgot to tell you that we have a new number one contenders match. We got another match that's announced for Saturday night's main event, which I'm getting to later on, and we got something a segment that was announced for the same event of the SNME event. But anyways, but let me know in the comments down below, do you think this was a little too early? The show Mysterio versus Owens on weekly broadcasting television. But we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But this is where we got we got Rey Mysterio asking for a match against the prize fighter, along with the American Nightmare coming into Nicholas the Ridiculous's office. This was Cody Rhodes I saw what happened out there, but I think that was extremely ridiculous. This is where and I apologize if I put you into it. But this is where Rey Mysterio's don't worry about it. Kevin. And this was I know you want to get he's I know that you want to get your hands on the prize fighter, but let me take care of him for now. And then how many days? About 8 days from now, then you can have him. This is where Cody Rhodes. This is where Rey Mysterio's you just hang out and chill back here. This is where Nick Aldiston agreed if I was you, I'd suggest you to take that advice. This is where Nicholas was I suggest you just take the rest of the night off and just get out of the building. And then Cody Rhodes no, I'm gonna stick around in my locker room. This is where Nick Aldis look, it's already enough that you have things you have to worry about. About what what happened the last time, in the last Saturday night's main event, what happened last month, where you got nearly paralyzed, with that pile driver. This where Nick offered him the contract. This where Cody Rhodes I'll think about it later, and this where then he gave it right back to the SmackDown general manager. And let me know down in the comment section right down below when you think that they're going to be signing those contracts, because let's just say Nicholas then I try to offer the Kevin Owens the same contract, but he declined by saying I'm not going to sign until the Cody signed it, so make it a confirmed official. Make this official. Make it confirmed. That's what I should say. Yeah. But anyway, this is where we get the women's tag match. After that Ray and Nick and Cody segment, but. We'll start off with the Invisible Force and the EST, starting things off with Nia just completely annihilating the EST of WWE with a devastating clothesline. That's where she said something that was censored, which I couldn't get out. Which I would assume that it probably starts with the letter B. But this is where we got the women's wrestler to have her name start the letter B and gets thrown right to Nia's corner, which Nia did herself. This is where she tags Candice away. This is where she goes for a wrist lock slam, but it's where Bianca start going for clotheslines and soda tackles, then marching standing suplex, vertical suplex to be exact, with her kipping right back up. This is where we got Bianca then go for a spear. This is where she sent her right to the bottom left side. This is where Bianca goes right up on top of the Poison Pixie and start hitting her with right hands repeatedly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is where Nia Jax tried to come in to save her new right hand woman. This is where then she flips right over her. This is where she hits her with a missile. Bianca hits her with a missile. Drop kicks in the right to the left side. Bianca then try to go for a back elbow or uppercut right into Candice right to the bottom left corner. But this is where she gets kneed right in her arm. This is where Bianca still managed to get right back up and hits her with an attack. Picks her up into a gorilla position. Throws her right onto Nia Jax right into the outside. But Bianca started wiggling her hair, which she normally do, which it got out of the tie, but this is where we got Candice LeRae that pulled. But this is where we got the partial powerful force, and all the professional wrestling came on after this. This is where we got but once during the advert, this is where the powerful force showed why it is called that, because once Nia Jax got tagged in, is where she started clobbering Bianca Belair, even to the point that she sent her right to the right side into the ringside area. This is where the Candice LeRae come in and take advantage of her by hit her with a sideways, I'll say, spine bending, like half a crab, I guess you could say, submission hold. But once we got to the out of the full advert, that's where we got. And where once Nia Jax gets tagged back in because this was double powerful than usual because we saw like what that overturns or what's that like an overturn like with both teams like we're trying to get in the offense side, which exactly they did. And this will be Bianca Belair with the crossbody where Nia Jax tried to hit her with an avalanche maneuver. This is where she tags in Naomi, which Naomi had a springboard crossbody onto her. This is where once that didn't work at 2.3, this is where Bianca Belair then started hitting her with some right hands. This is where she moved out of the way once Nia Jax tried to spear right to her corner in the bottom right side. Naomi hit her signature, the split-legged moonsault right onto her cousin-in-law. That's where she probably would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for her meddling right hand poison woman, I guess you could say. This is where but fortunately, Naomi hit her with a step up Gary, getting rid of her sooner rather than later. This is where she tags in her partner, Bianca Belair. Looked like they're about to go for a double wrist lock maneuver, whatever it was. This is where Nia Jax hits Bianca with a headbutt while she Samoa dropped Naomi right into the right side. Right, two girls with one move. Well, actually with one pace, I guess you could say, until Bianca Belair somehow got back up. This is where Nia Jax tried to close on her, back her down, but Bianca Belair ducks out of the way, spears her. This is where she goes for a springboard flip to a moonsault. This is where she gets a basement drop kick by the Poison Pixie right into the face. This is where the Candice LeRae pointed to Nia Jax to get right to the left side. You got to go for a running senton, which she successfully did onto the EST. This is where Candice tried to take advantage of that. But she ends up getting kicked down to 9 at 2.2, if I'm not mistaken. That's where we got Candice who was screaming like, oh, like with anger. This is where she threw her right to the upper right side. This is where she gets flapjack. This is where we got Bianca Belair spine buster, the former women's tag team champion. This is where she goes for a springboard flip and hit a moonsault right on the Candice. This is where she probably would have got away with it right here sooner if it wasn't for the meddling irresistible one, nearly disrupting her. But luckily Bianca Belair moved out of the way, or else she would have been crushed. This is where Nia Jax accidentally did that to her right hand woman. Bianca moved out of the way and actually hit Candice instead. This is where then Bianca Belair tags in Naomi. This is where she hits a bubble bomb while before that Bianca Belair threw Nia Jax out of the ring. And where Naomi won with this maneuver, which I assume that's her signature move. And she got the 1, 2, 3. Or other signature move, I'm afraid, next to the split-legged moonsault, that is. But yeah, they won with that pinfall, and the reigning defending women's tag team champions did win, and this is where they start advertising that their next title defense will be against the Meta Girls at NXT January 28th. Like I believe it's a week from this coming Tuesday. Looks like it's a week and a half, basically. Which the Meta Girls one was 2 weeks ago, actually. But do you think it's time for the Meta Girls to finally get pushed, become the new women's tag team champions, or do you think Bianca and Naomi are going to remain as the champs? But next up, we got some. Let's see. But yeah, that women's tag match was pretty, I'll say decently, splendid. And I'll give it probably the fourth place blue ribbon of the night. But moving on, we got a backstage interview with Bayley with Byron Saxton before the show. This is where Bayley was rocking in her man's vest version of his jersey, which it said number 85. And I'm pretty sure that the 49ers logo in there, that's George Kittle's number, and the team he played for. But that's where Bayley was Tiffany Stratton said she's gonna Tiffany top, and some of half of that I respect, and the other half the other half what he said, I really want to what she said what she said, what Like that, like yeah, she said she's in a tippy top, and this match is a really big night because Tiffany Stratton was the one that cost me to become the women's champion. Like, while Byron Saxton did ask, like saying, like what, like how you feel like when she catching the money? This, this word is like she she turned on her friend like to get the tippy top. This is where Bailey's like. This was like the other half that I really respect her, but the other half that I really want to beat her even more. And like, and I hope that I do. And this is very personal to you. And it's where we got Byron Saxton like, yeah, and I hope that you do, and wish you the best of luck. This is where he gave a handshake to Bailey, and it shows more signs that she could be in some kind of affairs with a certain tight end. Like, but that's a different video for a different day. But it seemed like she'd been eating them kettle chips lately. Hopefully that doesn't sound inappropriate. But anyways, it's where we got Mi Chin start complaining about she should have been the Women's United States Championship a few weeks ago at Saturday night's main event against Chelsea Green. And even last week, like to be Fab, this is where be Fab, like it's okay, like you got another chance. This is where we got Piper Niven that interrupted their conversation, but still dressed up like special services or secret services. Actually, that's what. That's what she was like. There's no threats to take to get in this area. Like you're like you champion. Like you're welcome in. This is where Chelsea's like, thank you, my gorgeous Secret Service. This is where Chelsea Green that says like I'm the only woman that successfully retained my champion. This is where then. This is where it's like, oh, like you're still mad about that. This is where B Chin was about to attack, but luckily B Fab was there to keep the peace. But this is where she was like, but like that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be soft to you. This was like Chelsea, please. Like if you know, like if it wasn't for your mall cop over here on your right, like Mi Chin would have walked out as the Women's United States champion. I'm like, yeah, it may be true, but I'm kind of glad that did not happen in a way. But this is where we got what's her name, Piper Niven's like, if you take. This was like step one closer to this. Where Papa Niven went right in front of her, right, also in front of Chelsea Green, went face to face with B Fab by saying like, if you get any closer to the champ, you're gonna be shattered in broken pieces. And this where then B Fab was like, okay, like how about we have a match here tonight? And this where then Mi Chin started cracking up. That made her feel better a little. This was like, now that's a threat, like what you just triggered off. And this is where we got Jimmy Uso was getting ready for his match, trying to do a little hype up backstage promo like his brother main event Jay Uso would have done. And this is what it's like again. Like I'm so glad, I'm so happy and glad and proud of the family. Like my cousin Roman's going to be entering the Royal Rumble, and my twin brother has earned himself an opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship on Saturday night's main event a week from tomorrow. And this is where he's like, I got a match against Carmelo Hayes tonight. And then this is where then he did like a little wave of his own, like if it's a yeet wave, like his version of the yeet wave, I should say. Which I don't know what he calls it, like which he used to say no yeet, but I think he's still trying to come up with a new phrase. Now he's a baby face. But it's where that he came out to his home state crowd, which I'll say, well, even though he's actually from Sanford rather than San Diego, but yeah, it's still like, making him look like a hometown hero of the show, like they did with Rey Mysterio. But the only wrestler that was a heel that's from San Diego that we seen tonight was probably Nia Jax, which I apologize that I didn't point that out. But anyways, where we got. But that's where I got the match almost started. This is where we got Carmelo Hayes came out and then pointed out kind of a fact, but even though it was like in a fact that it really wasn't even necessary to mention, like with Carmelo Hayes saying like, okay, like you're talking about that your cousin has a Royal Rumble opportunity and your twin brother has a World Championship opportunity next Saturday, like the week before the Rumble. He's like, but what you're doing, like Jimmy Uso, like you're just laying bombs on me, like, but you're about to but the only thing you've been doing, the only thing that you've been doing other than doing this to me is sitting on the bench, like next to the right hand man's throne. And he's like, and now you're gonna be seeing why they say Melo don't miss. And this is where then he went, and this is where he came in the ring. This is where then It's where Carmelo Hayes then try to go for a strike, but it's where while Jimmy Uso did like a little like dance routine by putting his shades off and shades on. It's where he hits a big right uppercut hook, like right between the right between the chin, I guess you could say. This is where did he try to hit a super kick, follow that up with, but Carmelo Hayes and